Hello and welcome to your midday branding tip number 17. When it comes to designing your logo, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate your logo. These days we have so many areas that we need to apply a logo to. So I would rather that you get versions of your logo, landscape versions, square versions, portrait style versions of your logo that can be applied at different times to different areas when using your branding. So when using your logo. So instead of making your logo complicated, where you've got lots of elements and you're trying to tell a million different stories, go for something that is simple, something that has the essence of your brand in it, rather than the entire kitchen sink. I would also suggest that you stay away from areas or elements such as drop shadows and crazy gradients and things that are very difficult to apply to multiple areas of your brand. Now, if you are going to have a color palette that includes a gradient, you need to also have a solid version of your logo that you can use at other times. So for example, if you want to embroider your logo onto a cap or do silk screening onto a shirt, you cannot get a gradient when it comes to any type of embroidery or silk screening. The same goes with a drop shadow. Drop shadows are also very 80s. So if you're wanting to have a logo that looks more modern, think crisp, clean lines and everything very simplified. These days, you also need to take into account the social media element and also any kind of apps. So if you are developing a brand that then has apps that go alongside it, your logo needs to be able to fit very nicely into the little square format for an app. So think about how you might also then include a stylized icon that can then be attached to your brand. So if we take Nike as an example, they're a fabulous example of a very simple concept. The swoosh, or as people like to call it, the tick, the Nike tick, just do it, the tick of approval, moving ahead, positivity, all of those types of things. It is such a simple yet powerful symbol, and it is very easy to translate onto anything from apparel to your website to social media. Now, not all of us are going to be able to create the genius of the Nike logo, but I would encourage you to look at something that is more on the simple side of things. It doesn't have to be simple in concept. It just needs to be simple and clean in execution. I'll see you tomorrow for your next branding tip.